Okay, this question asks, as you see on the screen, to identify and explain different ways in which the Senate exercises its scrutiny function. The United States Senate is the upper house of the US Congress. It is granted unique and exclusive powers by the US Constitution to check the powers of the other branches of federal government. The Senate, for instance, has to give its advice and consent in the appointment of all manner of official posts, including, significantly, Supreme Court justices, ambassadors, members of the cabinet, and heads of most, but not quite all, federal executive agencies. A nominee will usually be subject to hearing by the relevant Senate committee. For example, a nominee to the Supreme Court will go to a hearing by the Judiciary Committee. After that hearing, the nominee will then be voted upon by the entire Senate, following a recommendation by the actual committee. Rejections of candidates are very rare, as the candidates are usually too well qualified to be rejected on non-partisan grounds. For example, only 12 Supreme Court nominees in the history of the states have been rejected, and the most recent of those was Robert Bork in 1987. As in most matters, the President can get around this by making appointments during congressional recesses. Although these appointments only last until the end of the next congressional session, this is often being used to circumvent the potential that the Senate will reject the President's nominee. President Obama, for instance, has so far made 15 recess appointments since taking up office. The Senate is also involved in ratification of international treaties. The Constitution provides that the President can only make treaties provided 2/3 of the senators present concur. And notice that's 2/3, a weighted majority. Notable treaties such as the Treaty of Versailles, although with a majority, and the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, the only treaty in American history not to even gain a majority in the Senate, have been effectively rejected under these terms by the US Senate. To get around this, presidents now often make executive agreements, which are not considered treaties under US law and by the Supreme Court. The Constitution also gives the House of Representatives the power to impeach federal officials, but the Senate here has the exclusive power to try them. Conviction requires a 2/3 majority. Only 2 presidents of the United States have been impeached: Andrew Johnson in 1868 and Bill Clinton in 1998. Nixon was not. He got out before the impeachment stuck. On both of these occasions, they were acquitted, although in Johnson's case, the Senate was only 1 vote short of the 2/3 majority necessary to impeach.